Hey, you guys, welcome back for another day where we get to meet and greet our speakers, hear their hearts. I have been loving these videos. I love to hear from these men and ladies of God who are ministering to your families, who actually come there for the sole purpose of engaging with you. So today you are in for a real treat because we are talking to my dear friend, Rachael Carman, who is coming not just to speak, but also to throw a big party for moms. And we'll talk about that in a minute. But Rachael, thank you so much for joining us. Can you tell everybody who you are and, kind of where you're coming from so that when they get there, they know a little bit more about you?
Yeah, thanks so much for having me, Leslie. I think this is a great format for everyone to meet who they are going to come here, hopefully. And if they haven't made a decision, to push them over the edge, right, to register. So I am a reluctant homeschool mom of 26 years, right? So for all of those out there in the audience who feel they've been forced into this decision and maybe they didn't ever want to, that was totally me and my story. And now I'm in my 26th year. This May, we will graduate our 7th graduate from our homeschool. And so it is my passion to come and talk to moms and encourage them, because I remember a homeschool conference changed my life. And that's why I am so passionate about coming and really just paying it forward. I've become what I needed all those years ago. I needed a mentor. I needed someone that it was safe to call. I needed someone who got it, because it's so different from putting them on a bus or dropping them off somewhere. And God has seen fit to give me opportunities to encourage moms. And so thank you again to you and David for inviting me to come along and do that with y'all this year.
We love it. We are so glad to have you back again. And just kind of teaser, I'm going to have you talk about your sessions and stuff here in just a minute. But for those of you that are going to be in Round Rock, Rachael and I are actually going to reprise a session that we used to do together, which is just a lot of fun. It's just a lot of hope and encouragement to keep your eye on the end game and not get lost in the minutia that it's full of practical tips and that kind of thing. So I'm really excited to do that with you in Round Rock.
Yeah,
but why
definitely.
don't you tell us the other stuff that you've got going on and coming up for us this year?
Well, it's just so awesome to see how God weaves it all together and how he gives us an opportunity. I've got some new sessions this year that I'm going to do, and I get to develop even still. Spoiler alert, I get real excited about some of these, and I'm like, now I've got to do a whole hour of that, right? And so it's glorious, because generally I have about 20 pages of notes, and God just comes and just boils it down. And our time together, when you come to my sessions, is we're going to laugh, but we're also going to get down to it. It's not going to just be about, laughing the whole time. We're going to decompress a little bit, but we are really going to drill down into what does God have to say about these different issues. Because my objective in my sessions is for us to dig a little bit, but I want you to be so excited about what we talk about that you go home and dig even more, right? And so that's what I'm looking forward to this year. I've got some old standbys that I'm doing. I've got some brand new stuff that I'm doing. And I really think there's something for everybody. And so all of my sessions have a take-home card. So yes, I'm not above encouraging you to come. So you have something to take home with you that helps you go deeper on the other side. And I don't know about you, I don't want to go to something and be in the middle of a session and go, I could be washing my car. I want to go to things that are really going to help me leave different. Yep. And that's what my prayer is, that God will use me, that the Holy Spirit will speak through me, and you'll be encouraged and challenged, because it's a great adventure, this homeschooling.
It is. And actually what she just noted is one of the great things about coming in person, because you're separated away from all of these other cares.
Yes.
So the fact that, you're sitting there watching something and you think of the laundry needs to be moved forward, or the car needs to be washed, or whatever it is, you are setting yourself away, taking the time to really invest in your growth as a mom or a dad, in your growth as a homeschooler, really just to have some fun and fellowship with others who are like-minded.
Right.
these going in strategically to these sessions and really focusing in on what the speakers are saying will do you more good than you can ever imagine. And I think that
it is so true.
Yeah, all of us would make that promise to you.
Yeah. And I'm going to say too, because that was a game changer for me. If I had only that first year, right, somebody paid for us to go to conference. She saw something in me that I didn't see in me, right? And she was like, you need to go. And so dating myself, I didn't have the online option, right? So we had to physically go. And as God would have it, we were in the middle of this room that sat probably 1,500 because it was a keynote session, right? And there were people on my right and people on my left. And I'm sitting there and I'm starting to squirm a little bit because the things that the speaker was saying were starting to, convict me and make me a little uncomfortable. And I'm going to just be honest. Had I been at home, I would have shut my laptop and walked away.
Yeah.
And this is the thing, Leslie, and you know how passionately I believe this. In 2020, I was grateful. I did 80 presentations in 2020 online. And I am grateful to have been able to have had that medium to encourage those parents. But I'm going to say boldly right here, and I know you and I agree on this, we weren't meant for screens.
No, not at all.
We were meant for fellowship. We were meant to sit shoulder to shoulder with other people who are aiming at the same target, and that is the glory of God. And so coming together is a powerful thing, and doing that for yourself, making the decision, we're going to invest our time, we're going to invest our money, and we're going to dare to go and see what God might do. Because I'm telling you, you dare to come to something like this, and you're stepping in obedience to what God made you to do. And that is to fellowship with other believers. And I get it. You may say, but I don't know anybody. Well, you won't leave there with that being true. Certainly not if you come to my session or Leslie's session. Exactly. You're going to leave with a whole new list of friends. And then we're going to stay in touch maybe through this medium. But come and dare to have conversations, to pray, to cry, to laugh, to meet some new people, and to really lay yourself open. That's why we're called a community, because you can't really have a legitimate community unless you have authenticity, which means you're vulnerable.
Exactly.
It's a safe place.
Could not agree more. We are getting close to out of time for this little vignette, but I want you to tell us about Evening of Real Refreshment, because we are so excited to have that to offer for the moms again. You kill it every single year that you bring it. So I want to know what you've got planned for us this year.
Oh, I am just so excited. So our theme for this year is remember and do not forget. Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna go ahead and tell you something that might scare you off, but I'm gonna dare you not to let it. We're gonna focus on the book of Deuteronomy. And Deuteronomy doesn't get a lot of attention. You don't see a lot of retreats where we're gonna look at Deuteronomy, right? It's right up there with Leviticus. A lot of people are like, yeah, never mind. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna double dog dare you to come and let me light a fire in you that you want to read this book, because it is so powerful and it is so timely. So just a little snapshot. The whole book is a sermon series from Moses to the second generation. And that's where we are right now. This is the message that we need to be hearing and declaring to our children as we look ahead to the promised land that God has in store for us.
Yep. I am so excited. I love Deuteronomy. That's where Teach Them Diligently comes from.
I know, right?
Cannot wait to hear what you have to say. So make sure, if you are coming to Teach Them Diligently, sign up for Evening of Real Refreshment. Come by yourself, come with your girlfriends, but come, because you will laugh, you will cry, you will worship, you will have the best time, and you will leave rejuvenated and excited about what God has in store for you. So just a little plug for Real Refreshment. You need to be there. We're super excited about that. Well, Rachael, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I can't wait to see you again. Hug you next.
I'm looking forward to it too. It can't come soon enough.
I know. To the rest of you, stay tuned. We will meet another speaker tomorrow, and I will talk to you then. Bye.